Yep, Harry's got mommy issues. You guys had requested that I do comparison of how Meghan likes to cosplay as Diana. Right off the bat, I mean, nothing to see here, right? Not at all.
It seems that Meghan is going beyond her limits when she wants to replace Princess Diana. This makes many people very upset. Prince William believes that comparing Meghan Markle to Princess Diana is too tasteless and insulting. When Meghan visited Nigeria recently, she wore some jewelry similar to Diana's, causing many people to make connections between the two women. Although some experts say the jewels are not Diana's, a source said William is still offended by the comparison. William doesn't want to stop Harry from honoring his mother's legacy, but he finds Meghan dressing like a modern version of Diana to be too restrictive, not only for him but for Catherine as well. Again, it's disgusting that Meghan is once again trying to compare herself to the late Princess Diana. It's disrespectful and has no respect for Princess Diana's legacy. As a longtime fan of the British royal family, I am really outraged by the actions of Meghan and Harry. They only know how to take advantage of the royal family's reputation for profit and create scandals, with no idea of serving the people or respecting tradition. I actually support Prince William when he calls out this comparison as tasteless and insulting. Meghan is completely unworthy of being compared to the noble Princess Diana. I hope that the royal family will take resolute measures to stop these rude and inappropriate actions by Meghan and Harry. To be honest, comparing Meghan and Diana really doesn't make any sense and just makes the public feel ridiculous. To have a more comprehensive assessment, we need to go deeper into the differences between the two regarding family background. As mentioned, Diana grew up in a traditional aristocratic family, while Meghan had mixed family origin and grew up in a completely different environment. This has greatly influenced their personality, outlook on life, and behavior. Their role and status within the royal family is also an important difference. Diana became princess, an official and important position, while Meghan was only duchess, a secondary role. This means differences in responsibilities, influence, and ways of operating. Even now, Meghan is a traitor and has no authority or function as a royal. In terms of style, Diana is often praised as a symbol of openness, friendliness, and closeness. Meanwhile, Meghan is considered too rigid and very difficult to approach. This may be due to differences in culture and approach to the public. Furthermore, the difference in behavior and perspective is also very clear. Diana is considered a person who knows how to communicate and express her views in a subtle way, while Meghan is sometimes considered too outspoken and not shy about criticizing the royal family. Especially the fashion style and mythology of the two people are completely different. Diana's outfits often bring a feeling of splendor and royalty, but also full of personality and openness. Designs with wide shoulders, impressive waists, or elaborate, intricate patterns accentuate her luxurious royal look. But what's special about Diana is not only her gorgeous outfits, but also her natural, elegant, and inspiring beauty. She always exudes nobility and delicate features along with inherent confidence and grace. This further highlights the inner and outer beauty of Princess Diana. Meanwhile, Meghan is the next generation, more modern but always deliberately imitates the previous generation. The fashion style is extremely ridiculous and inappropriate for every event. So much so that the First Lady of Nigeria had to criticize and compare her to a prostitute. What a humiliation. The clothes always appear wrinkled and are not ironed carefully. While these are expensive items, the more they talk, the more it proves that Meghan is too useless and incapable of doing anything. And especially on trips, Princess Diana did not give boastful speeches to brag or promote herself. Besides, she never attacked or criticized the British royal family. She also never trashed the royal family. Instead, Diana always demonstrated humility, sincerity, and genuine concern for everyone she met. She visited hospitals and charity centers and enthusiastically listened to people's stories, shared their feelings, and encouraged them. It was these kind and close actions that made Diana loved by the public and become the Queen of Hearts. Instead of boasting about her status, she devoted her whole heart to serving those in need and illness. Her modest, sincere behavior, along with sincere concern for people, made Diana the image of a truly compassionate, close, and loved princess. This further highlights the beauty not only of Princess Diana's appearance, but also of her soul. And of course, Prince of Wales William has every right to say what he has said. It is very tasteless, and I agree with him. That woman is not in the same class as Diana or Princess of Wales Catherine. It's very offensive and very tasteless. If Harry respects his mother, he certainly would not let that happen. He is doing it for his own gains, not very nice. Moreover, I think Diana would not want anyone to undermine William as the future king. In my view, these antics and stunts by the toxic duo against the monarchy, which is the patrimony of William, if Diana were still alive, she would be very displeased with Harry and Meghan, and would be protecting William over Harry as Diana defined to her boys which one has precedence over the other. As it was Meghan who caused Harry to be greedy and overambitious, Diana will not approve of Meghan by any stretch of the imagination. In short, I also believe that anyone who compares the two women is lacking in taste and discernment. One wore clothes and jewelry with style, and the clothing fitted perfectly and was appropriate for the occasion. The other needs a tailor to adjust the fit, an iron, and someone to advise what actually suits her body type and what is suitable to the occasion. Both tasteless and highly offensive to his mother's memory. I could go further, but would no doubt be deactivated. Diana, for all her faults, was a born and bred member of the aristocracy, and though she and Charles failed, she would never have behaved in the way Harry's woman does. If I were William, I would act just like him. Prince William is right to be outraged. Meghan has nothing on the late Princess Diana. Diana was no saint, but despite her flaws, she had many qualities that made her loved by the public the world over. Meghan has no charisma, humility, or decency that the late Diana had. You know that Diana was a pioneer with her charity work such as landmines, AIDS, and many more, whereas Meghan spent 5 minutes with the royal family and could not stop complaining about how hard her life is while living in a multi-million-dollar mansion jet setting around the world on luxury holidays. Chalk and the cheese. Diana was genuinely loved, and when Diana died, the nation went into mourning. The outpouring of public grief was immense. If it was Meghan, there would be no grief, no mourning, just a mere mention in the media. Her trying and failing to emulate Diana only ever fools nobody but her divvy husband, and her laughable attempts just make people scorn her even more than they do already. It's ridiculous. Meghan wants nothing to do with the royal family, yet she hangs on to her Duchess title tenaciously, and her children, Prince and Princess. She contradicts herself, doesn't she? That woman isn't even in the class of Diana or Catherine. She got her hooks into Harry by playing on his vulnerability of coming to terms with his loss, and he fell for her scam. Especially, no one but Harry and Meghan are calling her Diana. No one. Diana is turning in her grave at the thought that Meghan is comparing to her. No perfume, clothes, or jewelry can make Meghan anything like Diana. Diana was sincere, and she had real empathy with sick people, poor people at sea. Meghan craved money and fame. Well, I hardly think the Prince of Wales has anything to concern himself with over the yacht woman being, in the minutest way, anything like his mother. Good grief, Diana was a style icon. Men fell at her feet in adoration. If Diana had thrown a lump of green sacking over her shoulder, the high streets worldwide would be sold out of all or any green material that resembled the piece she had worn. Whereas, as we all know, women are still querying, what's that old bit of curtain draped over Harry's wife's arm? As the saying goes, you've either got or you ain't got style, and I think we all know the answer to that. You can't make a silk purse out of a sow's ear. You cannot become a royal. You have to be born one. Ours is a constitutional monarchy by the act of our parliament and unassailable by pretenders to the throne. Never forget that the monarchy is also the defender of the faith, which is none other than the Church of England, in case a certain demographic has any other ideas. Besides, the way the man-child behaves, one would think he had been an only child. He forgets his brother had the same trauma whilst coping with the pressures of learning about his future responsibilities. As for his wife, good taste and Meghan Markle are not words to be found in the same sentence, unless the words completely lacking come in between. If this champion of feminism and the environment and the downtrodden had any real self-esteem, she would not need to piggyback on a dead mother. Unfortunately for her, she overlooked a much things. Meghan lacks grace, respect, intelligence, kindness, grit, empathy. There is nothing in comparison to Princess Diana and Markle. Harry was so desperate to be married, he ran with the first gold digger. The other girls in his life knew Harry had mental issues. They did not want to be a mother to him. Meghan may have had great aspirations, but she is not going to achieve them. If Diana were alive, I don't think Meghan would ever have had Prince Harry in her life. Well, that's all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching our video, and I want to know what you think about these issues. Please express your opinion in the comments below. Hope you will always be cheerful and happy. Don't forget to support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Goodbye and see you again in the next videos.